Hey guys, this is Just Incredible and you're watching Pro Wrestling 101. You know, where I am today, and the topic of today's Pro Wrestling 101 is indie wrestling. The business changed so much the day ECW went out of business and Vince McMahon bought WCW. Pretty much that's all there was left, and some would argue that's still all that's left in the business today. So I want to talk about the importance of indie wrestling, and two, I want to talk about what kind of matches and doing yourself a favor in front of crowds like this. What I like to do, man, personally, when there's two kinds of indie wrestling. There's independent wrestling companies that are very credible, no pun intended, like Ring of Honor, like Dragon Gate, and Chikara, others, that run on a consistent basis. And, they provide a television broadcast, follow-up storylines, et cetera, et cetera. And then there's, the smaller indies, which really is the lifeblood of wrestling these days. I mean, independent wrestling, on any given Friday or Saturday night, you'll find hundreds throughout the United States and Canada and probably all over the world of indie shows. And, a lot of kids that I see, young wrestlers starting out, they will sit back there and they'll go through their match like it's WrestleMania. They'll do their Ricky Steamboat, Randy Savage, I'm dating myself here too, where they'll have 50,000 things that they want to do and all these false finishes and stuff. And that's great, and that's great practice, but do yourself a favor. When you have shows like you see right behind me, man, go out there and have fun. That's when you really learn your craft. That is when, those matches sometimes could be the most important because, and I don't mean by planning things out, I mean by just simply going out there and working the crowd, finding out what works for you as an individual. It's very important. I mean, guys don't ever get the opportunity to go out there and find who they truly want to be or are capable of being. We have this idea in our heads that I'm going to be this badass who kicks everyone's ass, or I'm going to be this high-flying great thing, or, whatever your case may be. But guys, go out there and through an organic process, feel your way through. Whether you find yourself being with it as a heel, working as a baby face, it's the best time to go out there and to really have fun. I mean, it's truly a learning experience. And, that's how you really learn how to work. Something that nowadays is really not seen. Most guys have this big scripted whole match that, they want to do. And that's great. And that serves a purpose. But when the pressure isn't on, when the light's not on, when you're not working for a Ring of Honor or a TNA or a Dragon Gate, take the opportunity for carnival crowds like this, smaller indie crowds at let's say an Elks Lodge or whatever, in front of a couple hundred people or even 50 people. Go out there. Don't call anything. Have a finish and have fun. Guys, this business is supposed to be fun, and what I notice is when I have fun out there, those are usually my best matches, and when I have a ton of things going on and a ton of spots that I'm worried about, I tend to shit the bed. So guys, take it from me, man. These kinds of shows, you have a lot of fun on, and you end up discovering a lot about who you are as a performer and who you want to be as a performer. This is Pro Wrestling 101. I'm Just Incredible. See you next time.